So we're going to go through a workout you can do at home. Often when I'm on the road, traveling, all I have is a hotel room, sometimes a gym-ish. Sometimes during the holidays, you're at home, you can't make it to the gym's closed on Thanksgiving. No matter what, there's always a way to work out. Body weight strength training is about my favorite kind of strength training, very safe, very effective, just needs a little extra coaching. Instead of lifting something up heavy and putting it back down, this is learning to control your body movements. So we're going to go through the big 200, the 200. It's 200 reps. Go through it with some speed, doesn't have to be crazy fast. I'm going to go through some of the nuances of the 9 movements we're going to go through. It's going to be somewhat timed. So let's get started, and I'll go through. I'll set my watch up here for my strength training, check my heart rate out after. Always a good idea to have these biometric sensors. They're going to let us know our heart rate if we're in the safe zone. So let's get after it. So first 20 reps, we're going to do 20 squats. We're going to start working our way down. I like the knees nice and wide open and the hips coming nice and far back. This is going to be more of a hip dominant squat than a leg dominant squat. Leg dominant squats when those knees come forward. You can work your way down as you get up to your 20 reps. The first 3 or 4 can stay sort of working your way to this thighs parallel depth, knees open, weights back on my hips. Next one we're going to go to your classic push-ups. Squats and push-ups go super well together, upper body, lower body. With the push-up, we want to keep our elbows nice and tight in, so that's going to look pretty simple. We're going to keep those elbows in. We're going to work our way down with that as well. And we're going to get 20 of these guys in. Those elbows aren't leaving the side of my body. We're making sure the body stays tight, no bum up in the air, no super arch in that back, just perfectly straight with that body. And these reps are fine too if you struggle with 20 regular push-ups. Now we're gonna go to the crunch. We're gonna hit 20 of these as well, making sure you get a little pelvic tilt and a little bit of a thoracic curl. As we come through, we're squeezing, flexing that six-pack, those anterior core muscles, using transversus abdominis, using all those muscles, and just doing a tiny tuck as we go ahead and do that crunch maneuver as well. Okay, 20 crunches. Next one we're going to move to a simple side plank. Key with this one is to keep the body perfectly lined up. I'm going to use the foot stacked. You can also use foot staggered, one direction or the next. I like stacked. We're up, we're perfectly parallel. So we're not opening up that pelvis. We're keeping that pelvis nice and lateral while we tap and get some height. And we're gonna do 10 on each side of the side plank. Great. And 10 on the other side. Once again, feet stacked, slightly bent in the knees. That's just gonna allow you to get a little bit of height with this guy. Make sure that elbow is directly below the shoulder. If you get a different angle, you might get some deltoid or shoulder discomfort with this. Okay, 10 per each side for this side plank. Now we're gonna do some walking lunges, or here in front of the camera, I'm just gonna do some standard style lunges where I'm gonna stay in one spot. A little bit easier for you to see what I want you to see. So your basic lunge, just making sure the back's not moving with these. Everything's about my hips coming straight down and straight back up. We're gonna do 20 of these guys as well. This is just gonna be 10 per each side. Making sure that knee stays open. When we come down, we're not letting any medial collapse occur.
We're controlling that knee so it stays open while we're coming up and down. Good. You can walk around with those. We're keeping those static in one spot for the camera angles today. Next one we're gonna do is the flutter kicks. Feel your SI joints. You're gonna cradle those sort of with your hands. So how these guys look is we're gonna cradle those SI joints. We're gonna make sure our back's relaxed. We're using our core muscles to support a little pelvic tilt, just to hold those legs in position. And we're gonna do 30 of these. Legs straight, nice tight core, not using too much arm strength, just helping that pelvis stay tilted so we can work a real good core stability while we're pumping those legs. So there, 30 flutter kicks. We're gonna kind of get everything moving a little bit grander scheme here. We're gonna jump into some jumping jacks. So pretty simple, just up over the head, feeling lots of space here with the arms, really stretch everything out. And we're gonna go through 20 jumping jacks, rather 30, sorry. 30 jumping jacks. Gonna finish up with 2 full body motions, one for the side kinetic chain or lateral kinetic chain. All the muscles that come through those sides, they're often missed in a workout. So we wanna make sure we're hitting those with a big challenging movement at the end. The 30 jumping jacks, we do 10 side planks with a leg abduction. Now these guys look same as the first side plank, except for once we're up, we're just gonna do a nice up and down. And we're gonna do 10 of these on each side. Once again, make sure that pelvis is square. Make sure that leg's not coming forward. Make sure that leg is staying in a perfect line. Make sure that pelvis isn't opening. Okay, 10 on the other side. Once again, a little bend in that knee. Gonna get up, maintain height. While that lifts, try not to lift up, collapse at your core to get that leg up. We wanna maintain height, nice little pause at the top, really keeping things square. Great, last one. Okay, now 10 on each side of those. That brings us up to a grand total of 180. The last 10 is we're gonna do some 10T push-ups. Along with that lateral kinetic chain stability, the next most overlooked motion is rotation. So we're gonna finish off with some nice T push-ups to work that rotation all the way open through the body. We're gonna roll back and forth on each side 10 times. Keeping that body all linked up together. Shoulders, hips, pelvis, ankles, all the way around. Thoracic spine, all the way around. Really finishing that motion off. Open the chest, open the shoulders, open those rotators of your hips, and try to keep the pelvis low. You'll have the tendency to bring the butt and the hips up with that one. Okay, so that looks like for me it was just over 8 minutes. Your turn. Go. go ahead, get after the sequence. That's 200 reps, 8 minutes. For a more complete workout, you can do 200, 400, 600. That's just going through the sequence 1, 2, 3 times. Enjoy the workout.